Valavankar. That's why.
What's up, people? This is Ninad Kulkarni with Live Ball and Woodland Pickleball. Welcome to a new podcast and this new season. This is the first episode, so we are inviting someone who has started pickleball for the first time in India, Mr. Sunil Valavankar, the father of Indian pickleball. Please, sir.
Hey, hi, Ninad.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
inviting.
coming. Yeah,
But thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
please take a seat. Let's just start with the story of how you got introduced to pickleball.
Surely, I would like to share my story with you. But before that, I must compliment you also. I guess this is the second season
Yes.
and the first episode. So you deserve compliments because this is the most dedicated pickleball centric podcast in India. So I must compliment to you and thank you.
Thank you so
because
much.
you are taking pickleball to the next level. So
Thank you so much. It means a lot coming from you.
My pleasure. So coming back to your question, my journey with pickleball started in 1999 when I was first selected as a project supervisor in Canada. There was a Indo-Canada Youth Exchange program. I was a project supervisor and I was given a duty to mentor 40 Indo-Canadian students, and I took them to a community called Hope in British Columbia, Vancouver, near Vancouver. There I met Barry Mansfield. I was hosted there. He was my host father. For 110 days, I was with him. So he taught me first time pickleball. So that my pickleball journey started from 99. But unfortunately, from 99 to 2006, I completely forgot about pickleball. And suddenly, I got chance to go to Cincinnati in USA for tennis clinic. And there I realized commonalities or similarities between tennis and pickleball. And that was the time, was a revelation. I said, okay, cannot be a good tennis coach, but I will surely be a good pickleball coach. So while coming back from 2006 to back to Mumbai, I bought paddles and balls with me. And from then 2007 onwards, I started coaching, teaching, preaching, or whatever you call, to my community, my neighbors, my friends. And that was the starting point of pickleball. Of course, that time I was not having players. I started playing with my 8-year daughter, Ruta, that time, and my niece, Ava. And we three, like nomads or gypsy like kind of thing, we took our wooden paddles and balls and go to our neighborhoods or friends and try to tell them about pickleball. And that whole story started.
So, what attracted you most to pickleball? I mean, of course, the similarities between tennis and pickleball, but what was the hook which you had in Cincinnati?
I think, see, once a player or rather once a tennis player is always tennis player. So I was already hooked for a tennis. Of course, in my age wise, I started little late. At the age of 40, I started playing tennis, which was considerably late. But I was a recreational player, club level player. So, but I love tennis. Even right now, also once in a week, I play tennis. So that's my thing. But that similarity between tennis and pickleball was very much intriguing for me. And that was the hook, that was the driving force. That if I cannot be good tennis player, but I will be definitely good pickleball player. That confidence gave me to give others confidence that, okay, if you cannot play aristocratic game like tennis, then you will be surely play and experiment pickleball. And that was a starting point. But Ninad, I must tell you also, that was although initially, but later on, from 2006, 7, 8, I was playing and telling about pickleball. But later on, I started realizing that pickleball is a life-changing experience. I have seen many cases by playing pickleball, people's life has changed drastically. That feedback was also another hook to continue till today. That if I give pickleball to anybody, that person's life I will able to change. Unlike by giving, if say I give laptop or iPod to anybody, I don't think there is a considerable life change in their experiences. But if I hand over a pickleball paddle, surely that person's life gets changed, and that I have hundreds of cases, and that is a real hook. In your words, I can say that is a real hook to me to continue promoting pickleball.
What is the story of All India Pickleball Association?
Oh, that's also an interesting topic. I started 2007
Seven.
with me, myself, daughter, and niece. It was like a childlike. People were not taking me very seriously. To be very frank with you, they, and we were having some wooden paddles, very old, crude style wooden paddles. So people were taking me very lightly. They said that, oh, what you have brought it here, Sunil, okay, we'll see later on, because the word pickleball was also driving them off. Pickleball was somewhat funny. We have heard pickle, we have heard ball. Is this something achar ball,
Yeah.
something like that, or is this a culinary delight, something? They were ridiculing me. So people were laughing at me, people were ridiculing me, they were ignoring me at first, they were neglecting me also, but persistently we keep on continuing. But at one point of time, I realized that instead of me going individually to these people saying that this is pickleball, please play, instead of that, why not I make an organization? And that thought I shared with my like-minded people. There was 8 my close friends. They said, okay, Sunil, we will join you for forming All India Pickleball Association, because that particular moment I got a confidence that this game has an appeal for pan India basis. It's not just a community level or club level. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, I can spread this game. So I started going for a bigger platform called All India Pickleball Association, and I have some legal background. So instead of making some trust or a society, I started non-profit making company under Section 25 of the Companies Act. And interestingly, when I start, that was also another major struggle story. How that, but that's a part. But once I got All India Pickleball Association as a registered entity, people's looking at me started change. People started accepting me. Okay, you are the founder of All India Pickleball Association, you are general secretary, somebody is treasurer. Then people started taking pickleball little seriously, and that's why AIPA started, and that story continues. And from the first day of setting up of AIPA, all our back papers, all our due diligence that we call in the corporate governance, we have never compromised with that, and that gives me returns right now also. I am proud to say that AIPA as a robust governing body is a vehicle which will continue till next 100 years. So whosoever take over this AIPA will be very in safe hands. There is no question of dubious transactions. We are very transparent, accountable, process driven, and purpose driven also. So that is continuing AIPA as such.
So while spreading pickleball through AIPA, did players accept it at first? What was it like?
No, Ninad, any new things, leave aside this pickleball, any new thing, if you start and telling people, people will start neglecting you. That's the fundamentally. People will not accept as it is. People will neglect you. The same thing happened to me. People initially neglected me. They started avoiding me. They neglected, avoided. Then slowly they started ridiculing. They started laughing at me behind my back. What is this? Why he has brought this pickleball here? Nobody will love this. Why you are wasting our time? Why you are because I was playing on the tennis court pickleball. So those tennis players was not happy with me playing there in their time. So they neglected, avoided, ridiculed. Later on, they started criticizing me also. So that much, whole those phases I have undergone. Fortunately, nobody has yet manhandled me. That phase is yet to come. But I'm sure the things the way it's going now, there will be manhandling also will take place because of this journey, and I take it very, you know what I mean, sportingly. This will happen. All those 4 phases will go. Then only in the 5th phase, people will start accepting. And in my case, the same thing has happened. Many players, many not players, many people, non-pickleball people, have make me undergo these experiences.
So you had many problems, of course, starting AIPA.
Challenges.
Challenges, hurdles, difficulties,
Yes.
adversities. So what was the I'll say ray of light or ray of hope for you? When did things started going your way?
Yeah, that's another. I must go back to this memory lane. One person, I rather one incident, I will definitely love to share with you. When I was struggling and telling people about this, one of my close friend, he was a tennis player. His name is Anil Vyas. Every other person were criticizing me, or they were just laughing in their this thing. This Anil Vyas came to me and said that, look, Sunil, although all other people are criticizing or they are laughing at you, but do not get disheartened. This game will go through the roof of the tops, because he is a very ace tennis player. He is a very nice tennis player, badminton player, and he understood the secret of pickleball that time. It was I'm telling about this 2008 or 2009, this incident, and he gave me confidence that, look, although people are criticizing you, please have patience, but this game will survive. And that point, I got a reinforcement that whatever I'm putting efforts are, someone is there to acknowledge it. This was the first incident,
Mm-hmm.
and this most defining moment came in 2013, when I invited 20 state representative in Mumbai at SAI. Sports Authority of India is having a
Mm-hmm.
center in Kandivali. There I invited 20 state representative, different and at random, saying that, okay, I am Sunil Valavalkar of All India Pickleball Association. I am inviting you to have a demo of pickleball in Mumbai, 2 day session. So I made all arrangements of lodging, boarding, and playing. In heavy monsoon, I remember 2012 in September, I invited them, lodged them, and I presented pickleball to them, and they like it also. And that was the moment. That's a launching pad for all India. I never went out, but all people came to me in Mumbai, and they started saying that, okay, we will take it in our respective state. So there I got good people from Bihar, Rajasthan, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Tripura, these many remote areas. And then 2013 in December, I conducted first national tournament of pickleball in Mumbai, where 85 women and men, women all have come from 10 different states. And then unabated, we unobstructed that journey on. Then second also we did in Mumbai, third we went to Panipat, fourth we went to Jaipur. Every year on year basis from 2013 till 2020, rather 2021, without any break, we conducted national tournament. So that was the journey. And in between, we conducted many club level tournaments, district level tournaments. We then formed state associations. So that pyramid making was my initiative, rather my efforts, and that was a very painstaking efforts which I took.
Mm-hmm. So, sir, now I would like to talk to you about the global scenario of pickleball during the early 2000s when you were spreading pickleball in India. How was it in the Asian market for the players and also in the US? Because, of course, you have a huge contribution there too. So, can we talk about that?
Yeah, surely. I mean, this your question prompts me to go into past and come to present also. So that's a nice journey. But surely I will do it. Coming back to this international affairs, I must tell you, in 2010, I got a call from USAPA's then president, Mr. Bill Booth. He on call told me that there is a need now, since by that time 2007 to 2010, we were formidable in spreading awareness about pickleball, and through internet, through our website, the publicity was going on, and that message has gone to USA also. So USAPA took note of my efforts and asked me to come as a on the board to form International Pickleball Federation. So 2010 we got a letter saying that India, Canada, Spain, and USA, these four countries came together to form International Federation of Pickleball. Then that conversation started, and finally 2015 actual IFP being formed in Arizona. So of course, I didn't go there personally, but on mail and on voicemail and all other, because of technology, I managed to sign the original IFP, International Federation of Pickleball, as a founder member of International Federation. So I was a witness of what is happening in USA there. Later on also in 2019, I personally went to Taiwan for a tournament. There I started a conversation to set up Asian Federation of Pickleball. So Singapore, Taiwan, India, and I think that time Philippines was also there. So these four countries came together and we set up Asian Federation of Pickleball, AFP, in Singapore. So I have contribution for being founder for IFP, International Federation, as well as Asian Federation. Coming back to your question, that second part,
Yes.
what is present situation? Present situation, if you ask me in one line, what's happening is undesirable, I can say, because now there is multiplicity of world governing bodies. Earlier IFP was there, from IFP then WPF came, from WPF also there is another organization called Global, and very recently I am hearing there is a fourth world governing body they are claiming to be fourth governing body in the USA. So now there are four world bodies, there is Asian bodies. Similarly, ripple actions of those activities happening in India also. Earlier it was AIPA. From AIPA there is another IPA, something has come. There is another called Global is in the wing. So there is also multiplicity of governing body in India. I personally don't know. It is undesirable, in my opinion. I don't criticizing or I don't have any critical view on that. It's everyone's choice. But for the growth of pickleball, for the pickleball is a young game. Be let's honest. Although it's 15-year-old in India, 17-year-old in India, it's a young sport. It's in a nascent stage. It's not in the embryo state. From embryo, we have come to some toddler kind of a thing, but it has not yet matured. And at this point of time, if there are multiple governing bodies, then the growth or the future looks very dim. So that's my take on that.
What is a function or responsibilities of a governing body to make sure a sport, specifically here pickleball, is working right, the players are getting what they want and it's spreading? Because I think, I'm sorry if I misinterpret you, but on basis of what you said, I can take out that this is the wrong growth of pickleball. This is a growth, but not the desired one.
See, yeah, Nina, the word you is wrong. I am not here to judge anything, right or wrong. What is desirable, what is undesirable, that much I can comment on it. Any, you take, just ignore about pickleball. You take any sports, for example, cricket. Why cricket is growing at this stage is there is only single BCCI. Why tennis is at its peak right now? There is ITA. Why badminton is superbly progressing? There is only one organization by in India. If any sport has to grow, there should be only united governing body. Mind well, I tell you, conducting tournament is not the sole purpose of any governing body. It is not. Governing body has having multiple activities, multiple responsibilities, from conducting tournaments to making players to go to abroad, governing issues, accounts, licensing with government. There should be code of conduct. Sexual abuse will be there. There will be drug abuse cases will be there. How we will be dealing unless you have very strong, robust organization in place? These many things are going to happen. Fortunately, till right now, pickleball India is in a euphoric stage. You understand what I mean by euphoric stage? People are, ha, wow, that's a situation. But beneath that, there will be many other things. There will be age related issues, there will be gender related issues, drugs related issues. Who will be dealing? How will be there? Is there any mechanism at present? Fortunately, yes, with AIPA, on paper at least, we have all those subcommittees dealing these many issues. So these are the issues, these are the activities, these are the responsibilities of a very strong governing bodies. Plus, governing body should have a roadmap also. They should have a vision. They should have a core belief. There should be a vision statement. AIPA, when we started, day 2007 and 8, We 8 people sat together, we had a brainstorm, and we said that what is our role, what is our goal, what is our belief system, what is our core system. We have documented it, and based on that, keeping that in mind, we are progressing. And that is what I said, that AIPA is the most premier governing body in India.
What are your thoughts on some private organizations or private entities changing how pickleball has been in India? Because the growth, I think IPA and these other entities, their ways are different. So, what are your thoughts on
Yeah,
that?
Ninat, this issue also, what the question is, I welcome this question, and there is no, again, straightforward answer to this.
Of course.
I welcome every private entity to this game, because uh, to grow pickleball, a sports like pickleball, multiple uh, elements has to come into the board. There should be paddle manufacturers, there should be equipment manufacturers, there should be kit people, what shoes manufacturers, organizers, event managers, travel agents also contribute to this whole thing. Even people like you, what you are providing, it's podcast. You are a part of media. You are also contribute to the growth of pickleball in a healthier manner.
Mm-hmm.
But their only expectation that their all attempts should be diverted to one goal, that goal, and who will be the driving seat, that is more important. And to my knowledge, if pickleball, right now, I welcome every private entity. There is no bar that you should not come, because IPA is also having limitations, but someone has different resources. Pull in, come to the main fold, take the responsibilities, take the whatever glamour you want, glamour, take the authority, take the positions, but grow under one single umbrella. Then there will not be abuse to the players, no injustice to any player. Only issue where it comes, multiplicity of private entities, because of so many tournaments lined up in a small time frame, ultimately players will suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Where player will go, whether he will or she will go to this tournament or that tournament, player has to decide. Then player cannot currently, okay, currently right now it's a euphoria. Oh, so many tournaments are coming, I will go here, I will go there. Fine, but at latter stage, that player will get stress, he will get burnout, there will be injuries, and there will be frustration. We should avoid it at this point. We are right now, pickleball in India is standing on a crossroad. Which direction has to go? We want to go to very systematic growth, or we want to go in a messy way.
Mm-hmm.
That's I leave it to the player's choice. I personally have very you get me what you.
Yes, yes, indeed. Players, of course, playing a very important part in any sport. What do you think players are doing wrong or right in pickleball community? Because I think players, of course, are affecting somewhat to where pickleball India is right now.
But to answer this question, I take you another simile of racquetball.
All
Have
right.
you, do you know the history of racquetball?
Not completely, but I have heard it was a popular sport.
It was a popular sport in the 80s and 90s in USA.
Mm-hmm.
It's just exactly what is currently undergoing pickleball. Pickleball is earlier it was unknown sport. Now it is a known sport. It is now crossing the craze. It has gone to cult. It has gone to super cult also
Yeah.
currently. Similarly, racquetball also going through that phases in 80s and 90s. But eventually, because of overpopularity, many cash coming, many money started coming, fame started coming, glamour started coming in, and there were multiple organizations running the show. Ultimately, racquetball started declining in the popularity because of these many things. And I'm concerned, I'm worrying. I don't say I foretell or I'm not a something like a Jyotishi, but I foresee the future. If we go by the racquetball history, then we will land into trouble. Our players will land into trouble, because this is the right moment. Our player has to be very brain strong. They have to be very acutely, they have to see who is your guardian, who will take them into the next level, who will take pickleball to Commonwealth, who will take pickleball to Olympics. These things one has to calibrate. Depending on them, player has to give their loyalty, player has to be integrated, player needs to be disciplined. And this discipline, integrity, loyalty cannot be forced on them. You understand what I mean?
Hmm.
That it is this is their job done, has to be done by the parents. Their biological parents has to do. Of course, governing body is also equally a parent, but that force or that inbound training has to come from the family. And once player offers their complete support to the governing body, yes, then governing body will take them to the next level. So ultimately the responsibility lies on player, because you know what happened. I tell you why. I will extend this conversation to make one single player like pickleball from raw to the level professional. Every month a governing body has to spend 50,000 rupees on a single player per month. From
That's
there,
huge.
it's a huge sizable money, from his diet to his massage to his sauna to his transport to his travel, I mean entry fees.
Hmm.
Many things are there. That comes when player becomes a player, like a pro player in India. He has to, someone has invested him. 50,000 per month investment rate is there. From where it will come? And if that player says that, okay, fine, I got this much, I got this standard, I will leave you, bye bye, tata. Whew, we lost.
Yes.
Once we lost, twice we lost, 10 times we lost. Then government governing body will think over whether to continue that or not. Understand?
Yes.
So
Yes.
player has to be very sensitive about the economics. Player has to be sensitive about the whole ecosystem where you want to go. That's
What do you think is the solution for tidying up this mess which we are seeing? What can we do to make things better in short term and long term?
here in the short term. I think education, basically conversation. What
All right.
what currently what we are doing? It's a one of the
Discussing the issues.
discussing the issues. Talk to the players. What happened currently? Because again, that word euphoria. I may be repeating that word. Pardon me, but you once with that euphoric spirit dies down, and when we settle down and when we come to a normal stage, then that conversation will start happening. Like education, it's a basically education, and it education revolves upon the values. This game is also value based or value based
Mm-hmm.
game. It's a non contactable game. It's a it allows you to play opponent also, you play yourself also. Similarly, off field also, off court also, one has to grow with the values. That values is what? Friendship, loyalty, basic values, families. But if you say that no, I will do only on commercial, it will not sustain, my
Mm-hmm.
dear. It will not sustain, it will not grow. Short term, yes, you will grow. Someone will give you some paddle, someone will give you something like that. Time being. Later on, your career will fade out. So long term solution or short term solution is education, for that conversation, for that mutual discussion, because these things cannot be enforced by laws.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are laws, there are agreements, surely there are agreements also, but after all they are on papers. Actual to implement this loyalty, one has it has to come from the within yourself. That's my take on that.
Well, that really makes sense because the analogy which you used earlier before shooting, that the table is made out of three standing things.
Yeah.
Can you explain that again for the audience? I
Now
found it very fascinating actually.
Thanks, Ninad. It's a tried and tested analogy. Any sport or other any institution, in even education, your school also depends on three major players. That one is governing body, another is player himself, and third pillar of that ecosystem is parents. One three things together come together in single direction, think in single direction, act in single direction, then only that sport and the whole ecosystem will grow. So everyone is equally responsible. Parents are equally responsible. The player itself is responsible, and the governing body. And of course there are on peripheral, there are another elements also, like media is there, government organizations are there, international bodies are there, paddle manufacturers like equipment manufacturers, they also play equal role in this growth of these things. All these combined together, if they put their efforts in positive manner, in single way, single direction, then sport has a growth. But some of them say that no, no, I'm the supreme, and you are making money out of me. That kind of then imbalance will start coming, and then no growth.
Yeah.
That's my submission.
Can we discuss about the latest issue with the Yola paddles? Because they were launched, they were hype paddles. Many people bought them. I think more than many, plenty of people bought them in huge numbers. And suddenly they have been banned by the USAPA. Not banned, but I'll say delisted.
Delisted kind of a
But
thing.
the way things are looking, I think PPA is looking to approve the paddles with UPA.
Now,
So, what are your thoughts on it?
surely I have definitely thinking on that, but again I will take back to that academically. You have said it's an incident which is very recent incident, and it's true, it has happened, but I think we should discuss it more in academic and in the larger perspective. Larger perspective, the spirit, the underhand spirit of this game is level play field. This game allows you to play, also allow the opponent to play also. Why this double bounce rule is there? Double bounce in pickleball, it's a very unique to pickleball, that I serve you, you have to take with one bounce, and your return service also have to take one bounce.
Yes.
That means you are neutralizing the service impact. Unlike in tennis, serve and volley.
Yep.
Here it is not like that. So the basic principle that you play, allow others to play. So nothing extra advantage should come from the paddle. And unfortunately, these high-tech paddle, what you are saying, Gen 3 paddles, having a very noticeable grit on their paddles, which gives the player extra advantage vis-a-vis other opponent. Now, otherwise, in earlier USAPA's manual and in our manual also, we have clearly mentioned that paddle should be smooth, non-gritted, not even sticker should be allowed to use. Because if you use some grit, you understand what I mean
Yes,
by grit,
yes.
or like sandpaper, some texture,
Yes, yes, texture.
then definitely that player will get
More spin.
more advantage, and that ball, the opponent may not able to reply that this thing. So uneven things, and that's why what USAP has done is a good thing, I think. And in there, I think what has happened, that's more serious thing has happened. Whereas the manufacturer has submitted one kind of paddle to the for sanctioning,
And
and they have
release
marketed
paddles are
release
other.
weather, which is very condemnable, I think so. So, and that's a trend basically. And why, from where this trend come, we should discuss that. Because of that attitude that I want to win, I want to win. And at what cost? This Gen 3 paddle, I understand, I've never tried this personally. 36,000 rupees are the cost. You correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's around that way.
30,000 to 36. Is this affordable for Indians? At least let's talk about Indian scenario. Indian societies, India's pickleball is 17-year-old, and are you giving them 30,000 paddle which have having extra grit like a sandpaper, and you are making this competition uneven? One has to think on it. But again, I am not giving my judgment as such.
Yes.
One has to think. This point to be ponder upon, discuss upon. Let all stakeholders come together under one roof, like what we are sitting together. Let's discuss. Is this a competition? So I have strong opinion on that. But these are my submissions.
I think the room is pretty heated, so we'll move on to a simpler topic. What is AIPA's goal for the next 10 to 20 years of pickleball?
Good. Thank you for bringing this topic to me. And at this point of time, I really love to offer you this passport which I have made it. We called it Republic of Pickleball.
Thank you so
So
much.
this is the passport, and it is kind of our message.
Yeah.
Why we play pickleball. This is exactly like a passport kind of a thing we
Yes,
have
yes.
made. It's a player's logbook,
Yeah.
basically. But here we have mentioned these are the personal details. And here we have mentioned that pickleball is for family, friendship, fitness, fame, fortune. Everything is here. And this is the pledge for which we are playing. And we say that I play because I have right to play.
Yes.
And ultimately, if you ask me as a founder of pickleball, my whole aim for next maybe 50 years that through pickleball, I will exercise, I will demand right of sports in India through pickleball. That's my ultimate goal. And ultimately, everything is there. For the sake of brevity, I'm not uh, discuss this whole thing. Of course, there are goals that we have to take it to Asian Games, we have to take it to Commonwealth, we have to take it to ultimately Olympics. There should be leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that part is there, but more than that larger part, pickleball is being played because I have right to sports.
Yes.
99% people currently are spectators. Let me tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
And we want that spectators to convert into actual players. What will be the medium? Only pickleball. Rest all other sports are costly, injurious, technological, and non-adaptable. But pickleball here is a game which is less costly, less injurious, more adaptable, and anybody can play. Within 2 or 3 days, you must be knowing, you are also a nice player basically. I
Thank you.
know you as a wonderful sport. At your age, you have shown a wonderful outcome in sports. You tell me how easy this sport is. Within 2 days or 3 days, you can make non-player into player, isn't
Yes,
it?
of course.
That's a uniqueness. And compared to this tennis, table tennis, or other, I don't want to take names of it,
Mhm.
but are they so easy to adapt?
Not at all. I come from a tennis background, and I can confirm that pickleball is much easier to adapt with.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a USP, and hence for Indian society,
Mm-hmm.
pickleball is ideal to make ourselves as a sporting nation. And I want to make India. Currently, you know what is our sports statistics? Out of 100, only 10 people are sports person. 90%, 90 people are clappers. They are cheerleaders. They
Mm-hmm.
enjoy watching sport, drinking coke, having kurkure in their hand, and they're having their all obesities and diabetes and all those things. 90 people,
Mm-hmm.
10 people are sports person. Who will make those 90 people a player? You and me will do it.
Yes.
AIPA will do it. From how? Offering them paddle and ball to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that is our ultimate goal. It's a continuous journey. I don't say it's a 10 years job or 20 years job. I don't know entire life. And I expect people from young people like you players.
Mm-hmm.
You have 50 years active life ahead of you. So you should come forward to influence Indian
Yes.
society for pickleball.
Thank you so much, sir. I humbly accept
My
this.
pleasure.
Sir, now I would like to talk to you about gully pickleball. Because what Goodland Pickleball believes is that if we spread pickleball from the grassroots level of players and of the country, we will nourish better. Because that's what happened with cricket and badminton.
True.
So we can do that with pickleball too. So your thoughts on this?
Definitely, it's a very innovative concept, and I must compliment to Team Woodland. They have come out with this concept, and they are really propagating it with their paddles and balls. I think the paddles are also very reasonably priced and decently tailor-made for the beginners. So this way only pickleball will grow. I my constant in fact, pickleball started as a gully pickleball only. You must be knowing.
Yes, yes.
I mention it because I went to gullies only, and then only pickleball will grow. And that demos are more important than actual tournament. That's what my take is. Tournaments are essential. People love to participate tournaments at different levels. But more than tournaments, more gully pickleball has to happen. More societies one has to go, gated communities one has to go with such kind of a affordable ball and paddles, then only this tech will up, it will go up. What happened, Ninad, you know, in pickleball, normal other games, springs or other games emerge from grassroots to top level. But in pickleball, that triangle or other pyramid was inverse. It came from top to down that way.
Yes.
That time it was thought of that. So we started with All India Pickleball Association, and then we were slowly coming down to this. But now that stage has come, and partners, or rather, actors, factors like Goodland and Hemanji, they are coming with their vast experiences, with their commitment for the growth of game. It's a welcome suggestion, welcome sign, and I really thankful to Goodland that more energy they should bring in pickleball and take this pickleball to the next level.
Let's talk about you now. What is your pickleball rating? How do you rate yourself?
Myself, oh,
Yeah.
it's very tricky, but modestly, I think I'm between 3.5 and 4. That way, I can consider myself. Uh, it's my modest estimation. To be very frank, I have won a silver medal in United States in the Bainbridge Cup.
That's great.
But at time my competition was maybe there were how many 12 teams. Out of the 12 teams, my partner and me bet silver medal. But for that silver medal, till now I have not won any medal so far. But I'm daily player. I love to improve upon myself. I from my game I try to influence others, and that's why I think I'm 3.5 to 4 modestly.
I want to talk to you about your backhand service because it's
True.
one of the most innovative and different services. When I saw it for the first time, I was not sure what it was, but then I started getting a hang of it. So, would you like to elaborate on that?
That's a good question. Of course, somebody was telling me I am the only person who is doing such a backhand drop service. But I mean, I don't know. But why I tried this service is again because of that rule that you are while serving, your paddle has to move below your belly button. And currently, the forehand services which many of the players do inadvertently, they over they their hand comes over the belly button, which is little not permissible.
All right.
To be very legit uh, serve, one has to drop it and then take it further. So my take, if I'm in the administration of some rule committee, I will definitely suggest drop service is the only way one has to do, either forehand or backhand. So drop service I particularly selected to avoid any chance of doubt to serve from above the belly button. Number one. Coming back to this backhand service, somehow I don't know. I have developed some nerve problem while serving. In tennis, I can serve this kind of forehand service, but in pickleball, somehow my forehand serve never happens, never go diagonally cross court. It always, most of the time, goes to the opposite and it become wrong. So I practice backhand service, and now I'm happy that I can manage to serve backhand drop service. That's my
Which paddle do you use while playing?
now currently, but I have tried many, but not
Of course, yeah.
a particularly one. But currently, what I am Diadem is the paddle which I find instead of brand. I think not that raw carbon thing.
Yes.
I find that is very comfortable for me, raw carbon, and uh, I come from tennis background, so sometimes I have a habit of slicing the ball, and that slicing thing I do in pickleball, and it gives me some good returns or rewards.
All right. I will like to talk to you about your background too, because Sunil sir right here comes from law background, corporate, journalism, pickleball too. So yeah.
I know that's a very. I People criticize me. You are jack of all and master of none,
Of
which is
course.
fine, of course. But I really happy with that because I started my career in students movement. I was very active with students movement, so I joined a organization called Yuvak Biradari as a volunteer in the age of 20s. Then later on I become a trustee of Yuvak Biradari, which is a pan India youth organization. I became, as I told you, I went to Canada also out of that youth movement only, Indo-Canadian youth exchange program. Uh, while serving in a government-owned insurance company, I have got opportunity to work for All India Radio also. So on All India Radio, I was a anchor for 10 years, 10 long years to run a show on economy and finance. On every Wednesday, I broadcasted. I used to broadcast my weekly show on Artha Vrittanta, like that. From there, I got chance to write on newspapers also on economics and finance, and I was in the financial uh, organization. I have to keep brief and keep updated about what's happening around in the economy and finance world. So that experience also counted me. And so I enjoy people. Basically, I love to talk to people. I and pickleball also. Why pickleball was close to me, not tennis? Because in pickleball, I got opportunity to interact with unknown people. Unknown people become friend to me immediately through pickleball, and make friends is my passion. Basically, if you ask me what is your passion, I will say to make friends, friendship, get connected. And pickleball is an instrument. So your question that yes, I do have some variety of background. My professional, I'm currently whole-time director in one of the telecom tower company, where I got some good breathing time to do such promotion work also. So I'm doing it, fortunately.
How has all this experience in these various fields helped you in growing AIPA and incorporating different elements in it?
That's a good question, and I would definitely like to elaborate it. All India Pickleball Association, this is such a robust organization I made, taking into consideration all the ill effects of other organization. What is ailing in other organization, I try to eliminate in All India Pickleball Association, and I made a complete, transparent, accountable, robust organization, taking into consideration pan India sentiments. And there definitely my that very experiences has helped me, because through journalism I was getting opportunity to talk with other sports organizations, what are good things happening there, what are not so good things happening there. I tried to avoid those things, and whatever good things happening, I combine it into All India Pickleball Association. That's why I got this. I mean, All India Pickleball Association got 12-way certification, ATG certificate also, which is also prideful for any organization. So that ours is a tax compliant, register of companies complied organization. Anytime anybody can ask our accounts, and we are ready with submitting. Oh, this is public organization. Any of our society member has right to ask me, show me your book of accounts. Here is my balance sheet. Here is my annual accounts. Here is my profit and loss account. So we are transparent in our dealings, and it is because of that my background, corporate background.
All right.
And I have tried to implement in All India Pickleball Association.
Next question to you, sir, will be what is your review, tenure review kind of thing for Arvind sir? Because of course he is the I think one of the most important people in AIPA right now.
Definitely,
So,
definitely, not
as the
just.
founder of AIPA, how is it going for
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I mean, this is not just important. He is the pillar of what is happening currently, and the growth of pickleball current is due to Mr. Arvind Prabhu's complete dedication and devotion in terms of resources, in terms of emotions also. He has completely dedicated to pickleball, although he is a very veteran sports organizer, sir, organizer of 20 other sports, including table tennis, malkham, swimming, everything. But last 5 years, he has devoted his entire time and resources for the promotion of pickleball, which is amazing. I think in the world, entire world, no one is putting that much energy for the promotion of pickleball. You must be knowing, you have also seen it from not just in India. He travels all across Asian countries, from Bali to Singapore to Vietnam to many other
With the
places.
players.
With the players, with the players. In one of the incidents, you must be knowing, he was not allowed on the board also. So that kind of agonies or that kind of rejections also he has taken into strides, and he's on the forefront of the field, taking all entire AIPA and its ecosystem to the next level. So all players, personally myself, we are all grateful to his contribution, devotion, and no wonder that's why in international arena also his presidentship as a IFP president, it stands out vis-a-vis to others, this thing. And if you allow me to little exaggerate
Of
a little
course,
bit,
please.
but the the core or the center of pickleball, world pickleball, is currently in USA, because but under Arvind Prabhu's leadership, that core will definitely shift to India. That much strength, that much vision Arvind Dada is having currently. With that vision, with that fire he is moving, my expectation or my suggestion to all, we must rally behind him. Unequivocally, we must support his current efforts. Then those efforts will fructify. That's my take.
Truly, Arvind Dada doing amazing job promoting the players, supporting them in every way. No matter where they are from, no matter what background they have, he's just doing great.
True.
So this may be a bit controversial, but I would like to ask what's your stand on the PP and MLP coming to India? How is AIPA going to deal with it, and what will be the stance of RYP?
No, I mean, yeah, you have, I think, club 2, 3 issues in the whole thing in one. Let me bifurcate into this.
Yeah, of
As
course.
a one statement, I will say I welcome. Why AAP, whatever the PPA, they are world bodies. They are with deep pockets in their whole thing. They are focused with doing it commercialized things. People or players in India are getting benefited. I will be most happy about it. However, at what cost India's pickleball will have that synergy with that whole thing? Personally, I don't know at this point of time. I look at it very carefully, this whole happening, because everything gets commercialized, and if players only and handful players getting wholesale, whatever those things, and the rest of the things are only guinea pigs, then there is a issues. So long as every one player at the last player standing at the bottom of the pyramid getting benefited from this coming together in India, I'm happy. But only handful of players, lucky players getting benefited, then there is issue. And AIPA as a governing, premier governing body, our direct focus is to the bottom pyramid player standing at the bottom of it. If he grows, if he enriches, if he gets exposure, we are happy, you know. But
Yes,
it's
yes.
again, it is experiments. Only experiments will tell us. Sitting here, we are not knowing. It is upcoming issues. You raise the issue of RYP as such. I am sure RYP doesn't. Firstly, let me tell you, RYP is not only restricted to only pickleball. RYP also does swimming. RYP also does table tennis, and it is running from 2015 something. From that years, it's running. And till today, coming back to pickleball, RYP never taken any break in RYP ranking tournament. First, we did in Balewadi,
Yes.
then at near Kalyan. Third, we did it Goa. All four, five, six seasons we have lined up also. So there is no way connection of these international bodies coming to India and RYP getting sideline or eclipsed. No way. RYP will be there, no matter. And we have never have dearth of players. India is such a big country of 135 crores. Anytime, any organization, any RYP will be definitely mustering 400 players
Mm-hmm.
at any given point of time. 400 is
Right.
a fairly reasonable numbers. So RYP will flourish at its own space. This MLP and PPV, what you say, they are also their space to grow. I welcome.
Again, one more maybe a controversial question. But what are your thoughts on the ranking systems? We have many of them here, and
Yeah.
none of them are standardized. No one is following one single thing, so it's again a mess.
Yeah, Ninad, you have said rightly, but again coming back, pickleball. You don't compare pickleball in India and pickleball in USA.
All right.
Pickleball in USA is having history of 60 years,
Mm-hmm.
whereas pickleball in India having history of 15 or 16 years. Compared to its very nascent stage. Again that word only, nascent stage. So we are undergoing lot many of changes in this whole thing. That's kind of a ranking rating. Yes, one thing is certain. What is prevalent in ranking, equally same model we cannot do it here.
All right.
Rating, they are using rating, I think.
Yes, duper.
The due per rating. So instead of rating, we will go by ranking kind of, and we are doing it. In fact, AIPA was the first organizations to start rating in India, and it is giving good kind of results to us in standardizing the whole thing. So I personally look at it is that I, India's pickleball is India's pickleball. We cannot compare and equate with USA.
All right.
Lot many changes will take place. It's a process.
Again, one casual question for you now. Do you miss the old days of wooden paddles? Because when I started pickleball, I played with a wooden paddle too, and it was great. I personally miss that time. There was no third drop shot, this rule, that rule. Just one rule: don't step into the kitchen. That's it.
That's it. I cannot say that I'm missing it. I will not say that missing, because whatever technological advancements are happening for the good. So definitely. And another disadvantage of wooden paddle was elbow injuries.
Yes.
So in this current fiber kind of that injury is eliminating. So one must welcome those this thing. But as far as nostalgic kind of feeling, definitely I miss that wooden things, and I'm thankful that you are the witness of those wooden paddle era from 2007 to 2015 perhaps. So we had a fairly good, because those were cost effective.
Yes.
300 rupees we were able to dole out to the people, but we cannot gift out 3000 paddles to newcomers.
That's right.
So that way we are missing. But as a technological advancement, whatever new things are coming, except these recent controversies, new technology is improving and adding value to pickleball.
All right. Now we'll get to a rapid fire round.
Okay.
Yeah. Starting with the first question, what's your favorite pickleball memory?
Pickleball favorite memory was, I can tell you, when I was interviewed by a very noted journalist, Raju Parulekar, in Marathi ETV show that was called Sanwad, and that was a very favorite program of that time in 2009. And that was a defining moment for me for in terms of promotion of pickleball, because that particular half an hour's episode took me to all corners of Maharashtra state. And once that was broadcasted, the moment that program was showed and aired, next minute there were plenty of phone calls on my phone. And through that program, Sanwad, in 2009, pickleball reaches to the masses in Maharashtra at least.
Right.
So that was the liking moment for me.
The next one is something you wish didn't happen to Indian pickleball.
Oh, this is a good one. I think multiplicity of governing body should be avoided. That's my whole thing. One sentence. There should be one single united, all elements disgruntled or dissatisfied or whatever people, they should come together, sit together, dissolve all our differences, and make one strong united governing body.
All right. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Oh, from where it come? I don't know this question.
It's just random.
Random question. But I'm very downtrodden person. So, to maki dal, rice, and one fried fish. That's my staple food.
All right.
Fried fish, dal, rice.
Your pickleball superstition.
Pickleball superstition. I think somebody has pointed out. I don't know. I have a habit of taking my collar up every after second. That is my superstition. I feel very comfortable when I pull my collar like this. In every second shots, I do that. I don't know. It's a superstition or what.
Favorite pickleball shot.
Of course, backhand serve.
All right. And someone you wish to play pickleball with.
Internationally or Indian?
Internationally and Indian.
Of course, my role model is Roger Federer, so that would be my dream. This thing event that whenever I get a chance to play with pickleball with my god player, he's Roger Federer.
Yes. All right. So now coming to the end of the podcast, sir, I would just like to ask you one question. what's the message you'll give to upcoming players and aspirants of players becoming pickleball pros, please?
That's good. My straight talk to them or suggestion to them, I cannot be advise them, but be influencer. Pickleball is such a beautiful instrument everyone is having in their hand that you can influence society. Society is asking for a good option for changing their life, their physical and mental health. That mental health, physical health will get changed by pickleball, and these all players, aspiring, professional, beginners, they have an obligation towards India society that you go and demo and influence players to come into pickleball. That's my take. So please, all those players, now, present, future, you have to showcase your best talent of pickleball through tournaments, through your such podcast to the larger audience to come into pickleball to change their life for better.
Well, I guess this was it. Our time with the father of Indian pickleball, Sunil sir. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you will tune in for the next one. Thank you, sir.
Bless you. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much.
Thank you. चलिए.
And
Okay. गोपाल किया बाबा ये आज इन्होंने तो पूरा ग्रिल किया मेरे को पिकल बर्ड. That's right.